And we just heard from Noah's brother, who believes that there is some kind of foul play here, that investigators may actually have a couple people in mind as well, but may not have told the family who they are at this point. We've heard from him previously. If that is the case, why hold back on releasing possible suspect information?
Well, I agree, Natasha. And the whole situation just doesn't make sense when you look at the timeline of everything. First of all, this ATV accident, which could have accounted for some of these blunt force injuries that he suffered. Then going back, and there were writings that were actually done on his body that were then removed, and the teeth location, I mean, over feet away from his body. All of that doesn't make sense. From my understanding, they've ruled out a motor vehicle accident actually hitting him. But was he somehow thrown or came out of a vehicle to end up in this position? So many unanswered questions. And I'm so surprised that law enforcement hasn't, after 8 months, Natasha, focused in on who the suspects may be.
Yeah, so the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation's calling his death suspicious in the days after his body was found. We now know that his death not being investigated as a murder, as you're saying. And there's so many people, not just his family, who are questioning why not. And Jennifer, we look at these details. His body found naked, his face so badly battered, teeth knocked out, spread around him. Help us understand why this case would not be investigated as a murder.
Natasha, it doesn't make any sense. And I understand that at least there were a lot of people with information. What have they been saying? What have they said that makes police think that it wasn't something more insidious? In other words, the only alternative, if he's dead, is an accident. So did he fall out of a vehicle in some way? I can't believe they are not communicating more clearly with the family on these details.
You know, and we've spoken with several family members in the past week, some of which they're beginning to feel hopeless that the police investigation is not going to bring them peace. We know Noah's grandmother told NewsNation, quote, "I have respect for law enforcement, but I don't feel like they're doing enough right now." So Jennifer, as former FBI, what would you tell the family tonight? And do you think that their best hope may lie with hiring a team of their own, a PI of their own, to look at these details?
I think it never hurts to hire a very good PI, someone with law enforcement experience that has actually conducted these types of investigations, to put new eyes on it, to conduct their own independent investigation. That's always a good idea. But I also think it's very important that they have future meetings with law enforcement and get more answers. If this isn't a murder, there is no reason for law enforcement not to discuss with them what happened, accidentally speaking.
All right, Jennifer Coffindaffer, always appreciate the context and time. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.